Hello,
hello. Hand fans. Hi, everybody. Hello, everybody. Thank you for coming. Let's see. Okay.
Hey, I actually got a notification that you went live.
Hey, early.
It actually worked.
My goodness.
I feel like we should celebrate. Throw a party. Anybody got any confetti? A YouTube notification actually went off on time. Yay!
I put away some scrap paper. I can't throw them in the air. Anyway, Cat Leo was here even before 6:30. Hello, Cat.
Hello.
How are you? Thank you for swinging by, Jace. And okay. Now maybe I'll do my intro. See, yeah. I'm all over the place today, but thank you for coming. My name is Heather Dewey Pettit, and I'm a writer, editor, and artist. And yes, I'm still streaming because this person over here to my left talked to me out of things.
I did nothing of the sort. I enabled your inclination, should you wish to continue, but told you quite clearly you do you.
That's true. That is true. No, I had a lot of comments on the AuthorTube post as well as other places. So thank you for that, folks. It's appreciated. Okay, so anyway, that's partly what's going on with me. What else? Nano's about to start, and
yeah,
I have sort of been working on my outline. So because I do hope to get some writing in this time. Charlie, go ahead.
Hello, my name is Charlie. I do streaming and stuff on my channel on Wednesdays and Fridays, and they have fancy new artwork because I spent time doing that today instead of working on my world building because I'm smart. I also do a lot of podcasts. You can find everything that I do over at projectshadow.com, and I am freaking out about Nano because I, at this point, am hoping I at least have character names for my characters before I start writing.
You know, people use NaNoWriMo for lots of things.
Yeah, I my main goal is to have a finished draft of the rules for the tabletop RPG by the end of Nano, but I would also like to have 2 to 3 novellas done at the same time. Like that would be nice. I would be happy if I could do that, but we shall see.
Again, yeah, you get so much done. It's crazy.
It's very crazy.
So I don't know what I'm trying to say. You get a lot done.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Well, the nice thing about this is,
speaking of getting things done,
knowing what this project is, it has a very clear path into the universe. So I'm very excited about that because I know what would happen to it once I'm finished writing it, which I cannot say for many of the other projects that I have going on.
Oh, and CV is here also. I did see that, but I didn't scroll down far enough. Hi, CB. How are you?
Hello.
Hello. How are you doing today? How is everyone doing?
I know Kat is on fire, mad at a professor for very good reason.
Oh, yeah?
What made your day weird?
I've had a very strange day. CB says, I'm fixing my outline. I decided I needed to split the ideas by chapter, beginning, middle, and ending, and to color coded too. See, I need to do that. Green for beginning, yellow for middle, and red for ending. I like that. I do know what you mean because actually I was just watching Sarah Cannon's index card video today.
I've heard a couple people reference that, and I haven't watched that yet. So that might be a thing. What I want to do.
I like a lot of her ideas.
That sounds like a very good way to procrastinate even further. So that might be a thing.
That's probably what I was doing.
Well, because I'm not really
cards.
I'm not really procrastinating. I'm just in the phase of like I need to name everything and make sure I understand the overarching story that the characters are going to be foisted into the middle of.
I can understand.
Kind of thing. And
Nikki, you could probably go to her videos. I think she puts her email address in all of her videos. Natalia Lee? Natalia Lee. I'm thinking of somebody else for a moment, but maybe.
yeah, I don't know. If you really needed to contact her for something, you probably could from Enchanted Ink Press.
Yeah, right. Also, that website, her website, the Enchanted Ink website, might be there too. CP has done 27 of the 140 chapters.
Is this the Write a Story with Me, or where am I? Oh no, those are lives that I haven't had. I'm trying to find that Sarah Cannon video you were talking about. And there are a lot.
It was not too long ago. She only posted it a couple of days ago.
Yes, but I am apparently much more behind on watching her videos than I thought I was.
Oh.
Thank you, YouTube.
So it's her index cards are very colorful. Oh, you found it, Nikki? Okay. $113 to go.
There it is. Planning your novel using index cards. You know, it helps when you actually go to the uploads instead of scrolling past it to the popular uploads and everything else. And like, why is it not here? Because you skipped it. It's right there on the top. I get it.
Whoops.
I'm good at the YouTubes.
Oh, that was nice of her. Moms are great that way, and grandmas and stuff. My kid got a card in the mail today, and apparently my mother had slipped in a $10 bill in there, which was very nice. Very nice. That's grandma's for you.
Yeah, my grandma always slipped me something, even if it was just $1. Like every time she sent me a card or something, like she'd sneak something in there.
Yeah. Same here, as I remember.
And I remember once trying to sneak it back into her house, and so I got a package from her a little while later, and she had found the money that I had snuck back into her house, realized where it came from, and tied a pretty little ribbon around it, and folded it up in a handkerchief, tied a pretty little ribbon around it, and mailed it back to me. Because she was like,
oh my gosh, how cute is that?
I'm like, I know, but I felt guilty.
How about
15's good. Especially because the first sprint, I am behind on getting like my tea made and having a beverage beside me. Like, I'm not following any of my own rules. I have nothing next to me to hydrate with. So I need to do that.
Thanks for the reminder. Yeah. Because I've had all the coffee today. Who would like a 15-minute sprint?
15 sounds good to
And
me.
a sec here. And it's 7, so I am on time tonight. Okay. We can do it. I'm just allowing for lag, I guess, apparently.
Yeah, that's the thing is I've noticed
I don't know what I'm doing. Possibly. Maybe that's what I'm doing. I don't know.
a couple times I've actually sat and watched and count and used a stopwatch where I would make a hand gesture and have the YouTube open on the side where I could see it and hit a stopwatch to see how long it took it to come up. And I've seen on my own stream anywhere from a 30-second to a full minute lag between what I'm recording live and what people are seeing.
Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Here we go.
It's usually not that bad, but sometimes. I think it depends on how many people are streaming, maybe.
That could be. That could be. It might create a strain on the you know,
The servers.
the original streamers.
Yeah.
I don't know what term that is, but computer probably. Let's go. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Sprint.
Sprint.
I heard something. It's like, what was that? All right. How did everybody do? What did everybody do? I got a card done. Detailed one.
I'm trying to figure out why this will not be in the order I told it to be in. And a new thing just appeared, and I don't... Oh! Sorry, they changed the program that I'm using, and I discovered new things, like, right as you came back. Like, I heard your voice, and I'm like, but what's this do? What's that do? Oh, I need to go back to the... I need to be back on screen. But what does that do?
I can understand that. So I'm not. So I decided to not have my cards the same way Sarah Cannon did hers because, well, she does multiple POVs and I don't do that, at least just yet. I figure, let's get this third person thing down pat first before I attempt to do anything other than that. So.
Oh my. Sorry, I'm trying not to sigh and make faces, but this is one of the reasons why I turn my camera off a lot. This has nothing to do with what you're saying. It's just, yes, and I am going to restrict myself to one POV. Just one POV. And I'm going to be writing in first person. But with just one POV. This may be the hardest challenge I have set myself, like, forever. I'm only allowed one point of view character.
Oh, in your...
Yeah, I'm only letting myself have one POV. And I don't know who I want it to be. I have like 5 main candidates, and I'm like, can't they all have POV chapters? Like, no, you're going to write the story in first person, one POV, one POV. But they're all interesting, one POV. Okay. So I am struggling my way through that because I'm... Cat. Thank you, Sasha. Sorry, the cat got into something. I apologize. I should have muted my mic.
That's right. Something. All right. CB got chapter 28 done in full and started on 29. Very cool.
Nice.
Yes, very cool. So didn't do much else because my computer did not want to open Scrivener.
Oh, that's not good.
Maybe it just has too much strain on it. Streaming. So yeah.
I basically argued with my own self for an extended period of time, finished my, let's call it a draft. We're going to say a draft, an early draft of the basic, like, gist of what in the world is going on. Okay. So that's at least done. Now I need to, I've got a to-do list of things that I have told myself will be done by Thursday. And they will be partially done by Thursday. I have to repeat my own favorite mantra over and over again. Do not make the perfect the enemy of the good, because everything that I'm doing right now is a work in progress and will be edited and fixed and made better over time, as is the point and purpose of this. But I'm just laying the foundation. It's all I have to do is lay the foundation. I don't need to know all of the whole thing about, Viseith's love for Queen Eterna now. Like, that can be developed over time. I don't need to write their whole backstory. I just need to know that he's like monstrously obsessed with her. Okay, done. Moving on. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
I have a tendency to just dig in, and the nice thing about having ideas spring themselves upon you like right before you're going to like release them. You don't start writing on them. Is
Mm-hmm.
I cannot obsess. I just have to do, and I am not obsessing. I am just doing, because that is the way of things. But it's tricksy because I love these bad guys so much because they are all of the cheese that I love in a good bad guy. Like, they're just
I went.
like
I
are
went.
they're
Oh, go
worthy of a
ahead.
1980s cartoon. I'm just saying they're wonderful. I love them.
Very cool. I went back to look at CB's comment earlier about her outline, and the funny thing is, CB, I did this one card this one way just now, um, because I kind of melded a few things because your beginning, middle, and end. That's kind of what I was doing. The last few ones I actually had done before I watched that. So what I did was I did action and settings for a scene. So what I did was I have action 1, 2, 3 and setting 1, 2, 3. That kind of made a lot of sense to me.
That's a nifty idea.
I'm sorry you were stuck, Nikki.
Saying, Nikki, you just need to write down what you can and move on and come back to it and fix it.
Right. Yes.
Because it's way too easy to let yourself get bogged down. And that's what causes a lot of
So,
writing to stop. Because you never know, you might come up with something later that in hindsight makes you go, oh, that's how that earlier scene should have worked.
right.
And then you get to go back and fix it and make it better.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I like to refer to my first drafts not as first drafts, but as zero drafts. Because if I get stuck on anything, like
Mm-hmm.
I've known in one book that the characters need to be arguing, but I just wasn't, my heart wasn't in it. And so I just wrote the characters argue, blah, 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 and moved on.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then later, when I saw the ramifications of their argument, I knew exactly the kinds of things they had to say to each other for them to react that way later.
Yeah. I've even kind of I have written that way, but even though like my scene, I had it kind of piecemeal where I had this little bit, then I had that little bit next, but it really I knew it went somewhere else, but I just wanted to get it out. I've done a lot
Yeah.
of that fast. It was that doing that enabled me to just keep going. So on that day anyway. That's cool, CB. That's good
That's
to
cool.
know. It's good to know your numbers. And hello, Bonnie.
Oh, honey.
How are you?
Are you playing with that software?
Ooh. Oh, have you played with your software?
I think you said you finally installed it.
Yeah. TV is freaking out. So
That's weird. My streamer, it says new comments, but it won't let me scroll. So I don't know what those people are saying.
interesting. That's all I got. That's all I got for now. I just
Maybe you
kind of
put it up there.
went all the way down. What's that?
So maybe they put it up there and forgot, and it didn't take it
Oh,
down.
there it goes. New comments. Such a lag. I had to find the remote to stop the TV from turning itself off. Oh, yeah. Our TV does something similar. Still stopping things and not control. Oh, tomorrow you're gonna.
Tomorrow, I'll work with the software. Tomorrow, it's always a day away. No, I know that feeling all too well. Just tomorrow.
We have a request. Gonna try to do a Monday, Wednesday, Friday writing prompts thing. So please hold me to that.
Okay, I will try to do that.
Monday, Wednesday, Friday writing prompts thing.
Are you creating the prompts yourself? Or are you doing somebody else's?
Yeah, I was wondering about that.
Because I know there are a lot of prompts going around right now, and there's been a couple lists that I've thought about trying, and then went, no, you're doing enough. Stop, bad Charlie.
Yeah. Well.
You're going to do it on Instagram. Okay. Yeah, I'm desperately trying to figure out what I want to do with my Instagram.
There's something I want to do with Instagram. I even made a thing in Canva a while back, but see about that.
Yeah, I actually created several things that I want to share over there, but I just I get to the point of like getting ready to upload and or schedule it, and I'm just like, am I just wasting people's time? Like I have like a folder of like pictures and stuff that I've set up for it because I did, and then did absolutely nothing with it because that's the kind of person I am.
What you should probably do then, Nikki, is credit the website somehow.
Yeah, you should definitely credit the website. Make sure that on the bottom of the pictures, you're saying where they came from.
Mm-hmm.
Unless they're like truly random and they give you
yeah,
to do
that's
things.
true.
Because there are a couple sites that I've used over the years that just are basically Mad Libs that you just kind of hit it and it randomizes a prompt that sometimes doesn't even make sense because Mad Libs don't work. I mean, if it's something like that, you know, I wouldn't worry about it too much. But if it's anything else, I would make sure that you're. Hey, Eva. Hey.
How are you?
Hopefully you're not still doing cleaning sprints because your house would have to be like immaculate by now. You've been doing cleaning sprints for a while, unless your cleaning sprints are like my cleaning sprints where you like dust one thing off and like have a hard cider because you know let's go together, right?
I just remembered it's Tuesday. Yep, it is Tuesday. Oops.
Yeah.
It is definitely my kid just went to bed too. I have to. So on the next sprint, I have to go and tell him good night. And there's the website. Writing exercises.
It's okay. If you're using the random stuff, I still would give them credit just because, you know, for niceness sake.
Yeah.
But a lot of the ones on here do say random. So, you know, it's kind of like I use fantasy name generator for a lot of the name. Well, not a lot, but some of the names that I do because it just creates obscene amounts of names for you to pick through because I'm not good at just coming up with fantasy names on my own. and that's just how they work. But yeah, I would still give them some kind of credit.
Yeah, luckily I have a specific language to work with, so it's helped a lot.
See, I'm trying not to go
Existing language, so yeah, that works.
for some of the series that I do. Yeah, I'm lucky with that. I feel that, but like right now, I'm just spinning the wheel of names.
I understand. I would, if I was, creating something from scratch, then I would do that too.
Oh, I'm under no illusion that I will not at some point try to do a constructed language for the setting, because that's the kind of person that I am.
A constructed
not right
language,
now.
yeah.
Just not right now.
Mm-hmm.
Not today, Satan.
I just meant, yeah.
Well, that, and I'm debating whether or not one of the peoples are going to have, I don't know. I'm bringing the legend of Laputa into the story because I want to.
Legend of Laputa.
It's not really a legend. It's a Jonathan Swift story, but Gulliver's Travels.
Well, that was the first thing I thought of when you said that.
Yeah. It's the floating island from Gulliver's Travels.
Oh.
Which we mispronounced because he meant it to be pronounced differently because it's Spanish for a bad word.
I did not know that.
Yeah, that's his original intent, and it's actually
my God, that's hilarious.
meant to be pronounced as such. But
I did not know that. He was a real interesting person.
Yes, he
the
was.
more I did learn some things because I had to taken an English class in college, and we read some of his works, and I was just like, especially the one about reducing the population.
Oh yeah,
I about had a cow. I hadn't read it yet.
Oh
so
yeah, his
I
satire.
was just like, ooh.
Well, of course, we want to encourage them to have more children. That way, we can feed them. We just take the excess children and we grind them up. Yay!
So your house is really clean, Eva?
I don't even know what a clean house
And
means. Like, my house isn't dirty. It's not like filthy, and it's not like cluttered up. But at the same time, it's like, I know if my mother came to visit, she'd be like, "How is your house so dirty?" And if the mother-in-law came to visit, she would like put on gloves and start cleaning. But the floors are mopped. They get mopped. The floors that are vacuumed have been vacuumed. Everything's been dusted except for the one place that I can't reach because of my back, and that the hubby always forgets to get to. But it's up out of reach where most people can't even see it.
There you go. Yeah, I've been going through some things.
Oh, drawers. So. I live in fear of the drawers because we have 2 big chest of drawers back in the bedroom, and I realized the other day I have no idea what's in them. Like, I know what's in like one drawer because that's what I keep like the delicates in. But as for the other drawers, like, I opened a couple and went, "Oh, I have that."
CB has stuff to do. Getting installation food in the living room on Thursday. Yeah. But I can relate to this, Eva.
Yeah, I get that. I know when I basically played nanny for my sister because I wanted to take the summer off after high school. So she basically, instead of paying the daycare that she was sending my niece to, gave me that money so I could justify to our mother why I was not working. Her house was immaculate because that's all I could do with the kid in the house was like, I feel that.
Yeah, I'd have to say that's probably, what I did during the day when my kid was out of school for 7 months. 6 months, more like 6 months. But anyway, yeah,
Oh,
that
CB,
was my
don't
day.
the joke about the mother and mother-in-law is they came to visit about a year or two ago, and we did everything to clean up and get ready, and they don't understand because they don't have indoor pets, and they came right at the beginning of spring, so the dog is shedding. So
Oh.
it doesn't matter how much you vacuum sweep, like everything's going to be covered in dog fur. Like until the shedding is done, everything is just going to be covered in dog fur, no matter how much you clean up. And even though we swept up everything that morning, by the time they arrived, everything was covered in dog fur. And she was all like, "Don't you ever sweep in here?" I was like, "Woman,
Yeah.
just because you don't have dogs and you don't understand, woman."
Um, this is my day too, when my son is home, and there was no school yesterday. So
I just feel like every time we've
for
done a sprint
teachers'
lately,
work days.
yeah, I just feel like every time we've done a sprint lately, Eva, you're like, I didn't get any writing done, but I cleaned something. Like, I just
Yeah.
feel like that's been your response for the last like week or so. And
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm nosy. What can I say? I'm nosy. I need to know
So,
everybody's business.
would everybody like another sprint in a second here?
Yep, yep,
Because
yep.
I kind of have something I need to do. And maybe I can get some more work done. So that
I'd
would
say
be
a
good.
nice 2025 would be nice.
That sounds kind of good.
Because
How about 20?
sounds good.
Okay. And so I think I'm ready.
Hello, Nikki B. You arrived just in time. We're about to start the second sprint.
Awesome. Hi, Nikki B. We're going to do it in just a sec. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Sprint. Okay. How did everybody do? What did everybody do? I said goodnight to my kid. I got some food and started working on another card. Let me take this off the set. How did you do, Charlie?
I set up the table of contents for the thing that I've been writing because I forgot to do that. So there was no, there, it wasn't easy to navigate through it. So that was smart of me. Um, so I got that set up and I started writing up an explanation of the Faithborn and who they are and where they came from and what they do and why they're called that and all that kind of thing. And desperately struggling not to make the writing too good. Like, not that like I'm great and I have to tone myself down. It's just this needs to sound like game copy. This needs,
Oh, right, yeah.
I really want to pull off the hoax
The
aspect of it,
language.
and I want it to sound, you know, I want it to sound like, yeah, I have a certain couple writers that I have in mind that I'm wanting some of this text to sound like, and
Okay.
I don't know if I'm doing it, but I'm trying.
That's
I
a great
really,
little story CD. Sorry.
yeah, I was just gonna say, for anybody who knows who he is, I really want this to sound like something that Bob Budiansky would have written, and that's a fun challenge in and of itself. But
CV got up to chapter 36 doing her
nice,
outline fixing.
nice.
I have to do mine with cards and pencil at the moment, but
Oh, and that's the other thing that I did. I fixed my Milwordy spreadsheet because I forgot to put in stuff for yesterday and today. So
what was I going to say? Oh, so the chapter that I have outlined on here, this is one that needed fixing. As I really, when I was getting feedback on it again after some time away from this particular chapter, a lot of people said, I really wish I knew more about her. So I'm putting things back in that I had taken out because somebody didn't care for it. So
that's always the hardest part. That's why, I'd like to try to get a feedback in as soon as possible on a project, because there are things that I look at and I go, that's just completely unnecessary. That doesn't need to be there. And anytime I cut those things, it feels like readers are like, why don't we know these things?
yeah.
And then the stuff that I'm like, that's vital and that has to be there. How could you understand the story without that? Readers are like, why did you go on and on about that? So
Yeah, I mean, you can't please everybody, but but the more I thought about this one chapter and what people were saying about it, it was stuff that I wanted to do in the first place. You know, to set up this character a little bit more, especially since it is in deep point of view, and she's so much in her head than we're in her head. The reader is, and it made a lot of sense to put some things back in. Yeah.
yeah, my personal favorite, like, you can't please everybody, is I once got a 3-star review on Amazon because the reader was upset that I wrote using a soft magic system and not a hard magic system, and they much would have preferred the story if it had a hard magic system and had it all completely explained to them. And they went on at length, like they wrote a short novel about how they wanted about how much they wanted the rules to be like clearly spelled out. I'm just like, sorry, dude, that's not the book I wrote.
Oh my goodness, it's not. Wow.
Yeah.
That's okay, Nikki.
Nikki. I will say that that's okay unless you're sitting there beating yourself in the head over that one scene. Because don't let yourself get too stuck. Don't let yourself get too stuck. If you can move past it, move past
Don't worry about it. So that was 10 years ago. Got to my 150K goal for the month.
That's awesome, CB.
Wow.
That is awesome.
That is awesome. I'm shaking my head because, gah.
Yeah, I can't even imagine that one. Like I've had some good months, but I don't know what I would have to do to get to 150K. Like I think I would have to stop streaming and do nothing but dictate most of the time to get.
Yeah.
So I don't know that I could type fast enough to type 150K in a month.
I'm wondering if Eva grabbed some chocolate or something else. Yeah, CB is the queen of productivity of authorship.
Yeah. You are life goals. I'm just saying. It is Halloween.
Oh my God. Yes, it is. I even thought about wearing something Thursday night.
I have
I might.
I have a special shirt that I only wear once a year on Devil's Night. And since I'm streaming on Devil's Night, I'll have it on that night. I've had it for years, but I only wear it once a year. I only wear it on that one day.
Be home all day on Saturday.
That's Friday. Saturday's Halloween.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, Devil's Night's the night before Halloween. It's the 30th.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, gummies.
The one thing I miss about living in Maryland is I don't know what kind of church they were, but there was this church in town that every year they would get together and make fresh gummies as a way to raise money. Like that was their fundraiser. And they would have tables up front and they were basically making them in the church kitchen and then bringing them out and having them on the table. And they had gummy worms and gummy bears, and they did the sweet ones, the sour ones, and they made them with like real fruit juice and everything. And they were the best gummies I've ever had in my life because they were so good.
Actually, I think I did it once. I think I tried that a long time ago when my kid was smaller.
It's tricky because when you use the real juice, they don't want to turn into candies. They want to stay juice. The acids and stuff in the juice fight against the pectin and the gelatin. So
it was interesting. They were tasty, but they were they were really weird. They were hard to get right. Solid enough or something.
And they just had they always had the perfect texture. And they were just they weren't too sweet. Like you could actually taste the fruit that they were supposed to be. And they were so good. I miss them. My mother-in-law will occasionally grab a couple bags of them and put them in a care packet instead of out here because they're so good.
Making myself stand up straight because my scoliosis is bothering me. I don't know why. I just had a trip to the chiropractor.
Yeah, my back is
never
truly acting up today, but tomorrow I may be trying to stream from the new office.
New office.
Yeah.
I could try to stream closer to the to our router, but there's usually so much going on at that time. You know, family getting ready for bed kind of stuff. So
yeah, we're switching a couple rooms around, which is why I'm not in my office because everything's like a mess because it's half in one place and half in the other place because we're switching what the two rooms are used for. And I don't know that my desk will be fully moved, and I know my bookshelves will not be fully moved, but things may be set up enough tomorrow that I can be in there. Only time will tell.
The sharing of the laptop has to ensue during the day, so hubby's had lots of opportunities, but he's still looking. So he's already had like 5 interviews since the beginning of this. So it's a good thing. I'm glad you're not stuck, Nicole. I'm stuck because this chapter I'm writing is like a previous chapter. The parents are right about the kids. But now they're mad because they really see a change in the kids. Okay.
Trying to remember. I've been trying to keep track of so many other people's books in my head. This is a magic school story, isn't it, Nikki?
That's what I was gonna say.
Because if I may be confusing your work with somebody else's, and I apologize if I am. But I think you're working on a magic school story. Because yes, after learning magic, they would definitely be very different people. that would change people a lot.
Yeah.
But I'm not 100% about that.
Mm.
Oh, you stupid computer. Why did I do this to myself?
She says, yes, it is.
Yay! Oh no, I tricked myself into re-downloading Origin so I could play The Sims on my computer again. And it keeps popping up this message going, would you like to play The Sims? And I'm like, stop asking me. I'm working. I don't know how to turn it off because I don't like Origin and I don't use it that much. I didn't know that they did this, but it's like pestering me. Like, would you like to play? No, I'm working. Go away. It's gonna drive me batty. But then again, I think that's the purpose of everything.
In the first day, I was reading CB's comment. Oh, if you couldn't make it, do what you gotta do.
I would love to go to Mass, but I don't think that they would like me there.
I think I've been to. Yes, I have been to a Catholic Mass. I've been to a very long wedding that involved. I think it involved a Mass.
Yes.
All I remember is that it was literally 3 hours long.
The wedding
is standing and sitting and stuff.
A wedding is the only.
Nothing against Catholicism. It's just it was.
Yeah, a wedding is the only service that a priest is completely superfluous for, because it's actually the couple that perform the wedding in the Catholic Church. So the priest will perform a Mass, and after the Eucharist, the couple perform the wedding. But then again, the Catholic Church just went and broke itself, and I'm very sad about that. I knew it was coming, but I'm still sad about it.
And then I actually performed in I performed once, and it was at this really big church. I want to say it was, well, it must have been downtown St. Petersburg here in my area, and let's see, that would have been college several years ago. Going to this community college here, and that was pretty cool because we were singing Handel's Messiah. Yeah.
Ooh,
yeah, we were singing Handel's Messiah, and that was tricky.
It is.
And I'm a soprano one, so it was very.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. No. It was very pretty, but
it was very, very.
I'm just going to give a warning right now. If I fall asleep during your stream, I'm sorry. I just found a pillow, and I was like, I wonder if I put a pillow down, another pillow behind me, will it help my back? My back instantly stopped hurting. and like I'm relaxing a
Oh,
bit, and I'm just like, I hope I don't relax too much. I have work to do. But my body's like, the pain's gone. So yell at me. Yell at me if that happens.
hey, all right, all right.
It's terrible, cat.
So yeah, so that Nikki did say yes, that is the style of her what she's working on. And Kat says the fanfic I've been looking for a couple of days is gone. The author is gone.
You gotta wonder if it's getting its serial numbers filed off. It's happening a lot lately. It's being converted into something that can be sold.
Oh,
That happens a lot more than people know. Again.
To quote Marge Simpson, it's like Simon Says without a winner.
Agree to disagree, but I understand for people that are not used to such things.
Oh my God, yes, CB. It is interesting. It is
There's
a lot of
insanity.
jumps, as I remember. A lot of note jumps. Ugh. I don't remember if I messed up. I don't know. That was a long time ago. Yeah, that was probably, that would have been over 20 years ago. So
Yeah, I have not been in a choir for a very long time.
25 years ago.
I do miss it, but
something like that. Yes, we are glad you're feeling better now.
Yeah, I don't know why I didn't think about this earlier.
Just the right spot, huh?
Yeah, it's actually the neck pillow that I use in this chair sometimes when my neck starts acting up, and I just turned it upside down and put it under, like right up against the small of my back. And it's just the right shape that like it's pushing in on that spot, and it feels really good. So yay.
Cool. Well, does anybody want another sprint right now?
I'm always down for a sprint. I can't promise that I will get anything done, but I'm always down for a sprint.
Oh, me either. But let's do it anyway, I guess. Let's see. I'm going to do another 20. As it turns out, my kid has scoliosis too, in the same place, in the same amount of, the same degree. That's weird. So if I twinge, that's me. I know something weird.
Well, I just fell down a flight of stairs.
Isn't back pain fun?
Yeah.
In my case, it's kind of in a different place.
Yeah, my father-in-law has really bad back pain, and they just gave him a cortisone shot without testing him first, and he's apparently allergic to something in the cortisone shot.
Uh-oh.
So he's hoping that it helps out some, but it's causing a ringing in his ears, and they don't know why it's causing a ringing in his ears.
Oh.
So I'm a little.
That's oh. So if I do twinge, if I make a slight face, having a problem. Anyway, got distracted.
That's okay. I'm trying to figure out another word for isotoxal, but I don't think there is another word, so I might have to invent one. Hello, Conley. It's a specific type of 8-pointed star.
Oh.
An isotoxal is a very specific kind of 8-pointed star. And it appears to be
Hmm. And anything with octo is probably out, huh?
Yeah, I don't know. I'll figure something out. 'Cause that's the hard part about having to put some of this in text is I can't just say an 8-pointed star because it's a very specific kind. It's an isotoxyl 8-pointed star. And nobody knows that word. Nobody knows that word. I didn't know that word until I looked up how to describe this kind of thing. And they were like, oh, it's really easy. It's an isotoxyl 8-pointed star. And I went, it's a what now?
I know there's so many types of stars. It's crazy. I was researching something a while back. I was like, oh.
I mean, it's an 8-pointed star that's drawn with one continuous line.
Oh.
Which changes the way the actual star looks, the way then compared to the way they're normally drawn, and it's like.
Hmm.
Why do I make everything hard on myself? So you think 20 or 25 for this one?
No, that's what I was thinking actually was 25. Let's do that. Let's do that.
Alrighty. It's a party.
Get some things done. As well as I'll finish my dinner. Here we go. Let's do it. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Spread.
Hello. I can't tell if you're muted or if it's just me.
Oh my gosh, I was muted that whole time. Okay.
I hit my cord on my headphones at one point, and I'm like sitting here tinkering with it. Like, are you broken? Did I break you? What's going on? What have I done?
Oh goodness gracious! How did everybody do? What did everybody do? I know I've said this earlier, but that's okay. Let's see. I finished my dinner, and I've been working on my new plot cards, a la Sarah Cannon. And hi, Stephanie. I think that's everything I said.
I had that video up in the background while I was doing stuff because I was curious because I've heard quite a few people mention that video, and I watched it. Well, I didn't really watch it. I had it on in the background while I was working. I did get another article done for the background of the world that I'm writing on, and I'm surreptitiously doing a very bad job at putting a link to Stephanie's book in the chat because I'm trying to talk and type at the same time, and I'm very bad at that.
I'm terrible.
I'm very, very bad at talking and typing at the same time. So, yeah, I finished good enough the article on the Faithborn. It's everything that I need to know, the 4 kinds that there are, and what makes them different. It's everything that I need to know before moving on to the next thing, because I need to be moving on to the next thing. Like, everything needs to keep moving towards the next thing, because I still have the 5 playable species to write up, at least enough that I can write them. Just breathe, Charlie. Just breathe. But I am enjoying how this is all coming together, and the hardest part of this whole thing is I know exactly what the first scene in the first chapter of the first novella is going to be, and that's all I want to do is write it. But I want to hold on to that because I need to actually get words on the first. Especially because I'm going to be on the really bad, terrible idea stream on the first. So
it's interesting. So going back over some of this and just kind of rewriting essentially what I have already written, but just thinking about different versions of what I've done and trying to just make it all better. Yeah, but make it better. It's kind of I'm kind of editing in a way. It's helping me to see some things that still can be cut and keeping things from meandering too much, but at the same time keeping things that I really wanted in the first place, but was sort of talked out of. But that's a long story. It's a long story and a half. But yeah. It's a good thing. It's helping.
It's a good thing. It's a very good thing.
Yeah, it is. So, anybody else have anything? I don't see any new comments.
Yeah, I don't know what to do with myself since I figured out that I was being a dummy and not having this pillow behind me. Lumbar support. Who knew that was actually important? It's crazy.
We have a couple of computer chairs. And I've been sitting in this old one. It's older and it doesn't have a full back to it. It's one of those task chairs, you know.
Okay.
And but we had gotten a lumbar support thing. Thank goodness that's there because boy, it was helping me today. And those things are awful if they don't have anything attached for support. Those things are terrible.
Well,
They used to give me problems.
yeah, the biggest problem that I have with writing and why I'm not writing at my desk right now is I got into the habit of writing all hunched over. And it's hard for me to break that sitting at the desk. Sitting here, where I'm currently sitting writing, I can't hunch over like that without hurting my hip. Like it instantly makes my hip uncomfortable and lets me know, oh, you shouldn't do that. And I sit back up. But I don't have as nice a back support for sitting up in this chair. So trade-offs.
Yeah. I hear you. Looks like we have a new comment. Oh, Nikki's back.
Welcome back. And I have to say, I had on while I was working that time Brandon Sanderson's new Things I Wish I Would Have Known as a Teen Writer video. And yes, I agree with the things that he's saying, but this does not need to be a 35-minute video. Like, I'm just having like a serious like.
I haven't seen it, but I have, because I have subscribed to it's in my list, and it's 35 minutes.
And it really doesn't need to be that long because his points are really simple and like they're good. Like not all advice is good for every person. So just because something worked for one person doesn't mean it worked for you, and that doesn't mean there's something wrong with you. Listen to the advice and then move on. Okay, done. He spends like 5 minutes talking about that. And then goes on to the next one, which is you don't have to become a professional writer. You can just write because you enjoy writing. Okay. True. We don't need to talk about this for 7 minutes, but okay. True. It's like, Brandon, you need an editor.
Yeah.
I wonder what the first drafts of your book look like now, because like this would have been a 7-minute YouTube video if I'd made it.
Yep.
Like it's good advice for kids and stuff, but it really is like if you're just getting started and everything feels overwhelming. Like my favorite one is I think his third or fourth one, that if you want to be a professional writer, that is possible, but you have to work hard for it. That you have to take, you have to put the same focus into it as any other competitive arena. And I agree with that to a point. I think he's still talking mostly about being a traditionally published writer, though he doesn't specifically say that. But, yes, you need to take it seriously if you want to do it for a profession, just like you do any profession. But I still think it's very rare that any writer makes a living, like an absolute living, just off through book sales, just because of basic market forces, the number of books that you have to sell to get to be, there's supplementals here, there, and yonder. But
speaking of videos,
ooh,
I have some videos to watch.
I almost didn't post that one because I had my hair down and I did not want to put my hair down to put my hair up to record a video. So it's, I think, the first video I've done on the channel with my hair down. and I felt really awkward, like especially when I was editing it, because I was like, my hair is down. People are gonna not like this. It's gonna. I had a whole thing in my head.
I like it. That's silly.
I think a lot of people think I have short hair because I almost always keep it pulled back, and then freak out when I pull it out and go wiki wiki wiki. I just wanted to have my hair down when I was recording yesterday.
At first, I thought it was short. At first, maybe.
But yeah, I'm more concerned about the video that I have coming out on Thursday because it's stupid. It is absolute stupidity, and on purpose, it's absolute stupidity because it's the announcement trailer for the project that I'm working on, which is why I'm trying to get so many certain things done by Thursday. So when it goes live, the website will be linked and people can go there and actually see what I'm doing. And so I actually made, since I'm writing a lit RPG story, I actually made a video game trailer.
Right.
And it's like 2 minutes of abject silliness. Like it's extremely overproduced, as all good video game trailers should be. But if people don't get the joke and don't like my sense of humor, like I'm a little bit comforted in it because only one other person's seen it. The hubby saw it. I showed it to him when I was done because I was like, do I just throw this away and do something else? And he was laughing so hard. He was like, if you don't post that, I'm going to post it.
Yeah.
So, but
there you go.
It may actually end up being a double premiere on Thursday because I got tagged by Laura Nettles to do the the Nano Survival Kit tag.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And there's not a lot of days between now and Nano starting to get that done, so I may schedule them to be like, let's go from one premiere to the next. Because the first question is, what are you working on for Nano? And I haven't like named the project publicly or anything because I'm trying to do this thing. And yeah, I don't know. All kinds of stressed.
Oh boy.
I did this to myself.
Mm-hmm. I can relate. Yeah. Completely.
That was my long-winded way of saying, I hope you liked the video, Stephanie. And I almost asked you how the pre-orders were going, because I don't think the book's out yet. Is it out yet?
Yeah. Is it out, actually?
Because I almost asked about the pre-orders, but I didn't, because Amazon doesn't show you your pre-orders. You don't find out how many pre-orders you have until the sales go through, because people can undo a pre-order at any time. Nope, gotcha. It's out.
Oh, it is.
I had the date wrong in my head. I'm terrible about that. Ooh, and you've already got books you may like on here. That's really cool. That means it sold at least some. That's really cool.
It's very cool. Yay!
And you're in good and interesting company, because people who like this also like books by Sarah Gribble and Will Wright. A lot of Will Wright. Oh, wow. Ooh, that's awesome. You may also like N.K. Jemisin's The Fifth Season. That's awesome. Oh, and Midnight Sun by Stephanie Meyer. Oh my goodness, that's a whole hodgepodge of things that you might also like to read.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry, that's one of my favorite parts of Amazon is going to my own books and seeing the "if you like this, you may also like" section, because I'm just like, no one should ever put my book on the shelf next to half the ones that it's there with, because algorithms.
Yeah.
But anyway, I hope your release is going well.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of release, how's your Etsy store coming along?
Very slowly. Yeah.
I can imagine.
A lot slower than I had originally planned, but then some things have come up.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah. It, it's just taking me longer than I thought. So,
I think that
well.
should just be the hashtag for 2020. 2020. It's just taking me longer than I thought. Because I think we could say that about everything.
You just made me snort.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying,
Oh my god. Yes.
I just feel like that is the sentiment for the year. 2020.
It really
It's
is.
just taking
No
longer than I
idea.
thought.
That's awesome. Yeah.
That's just painful.
I have lots of ideas.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of ideas. Some things are done. Some things I've taken pictures of. I just need to make more listings.
One of these days, I'm going to get back
But
online.
I have
Up on my
two.
Redbubble.
I've got two up there. Could I do an official launch if I only have two items?
I don't know, because see, here's the thing. Redbubble told me I had to have 5 items in my store before it would launch, and then
People have found me. I've
I
had
think
a
it was
couple of
Devin shared
views.
it. Somebody shared it, which meant that they not only found it, but they were talking about the items that were in it. And I don't have 5 items in there yet. So apparently they just went, well, Charlie's never going to get 5 in here. So or I clicked something wrong because they said that you needed to have, I think it was 5 items before it would launch. And then it did. So
See, we got up to chapter 44 outline, by the way.
wow,
Woo!
you were on 36.
Yeah.
Last time we heard from you. That's pretty good.
She's on fire as usual. You had 5 pre-orders. And they went through. Hey.
That's pretty
and
good.
One more what does it say? And I got one more ebook sold today.
That's cool.
Yeah, definitely interesting mix.
Do you know about the other platforms yet? Because they generally take longer to report. Because I think you used Drive to Digital, Stephanie, when you published, because you have to wait for the platforms to tell Drive to Digital to tell you. So you may have actually had more than that. I think that's
interesting.
I remember you saying you used one of the middleman companies to get them on the other places, and I do not fault anyone who does that because it's a pain in the butt to get your stuff on the other ones. Plus, they can get you in library access. So,
And who's that?
Drive to Digital.
Direct to Digital. Okay.
Yeah, well, most of the intermediaries that are out there can also get you in. I want to say Libre. What's the library app? The app that all libraries use for ebooks.
I know what you mean. I
I
can't
want to
think
say
of it.
Libre, but I know that's wrong. But they can get you in
I
there.
don't know. Yeah, and my computer's yeah, I'll have to find that out.
Okay, so you did use Draft to Digital, and well, that can take a while because just remember legally, the people that they have your stuff up on have 90 days to tell them that they sold a book. Like a lot of that's handled digitally now, and they don't. Yeah, the dirty secret about writing, and one of the things that makes Amazon fairly decent about this is, legally speaking, they don't have to tell you that you sold a book for 90 days, and then they don't have to pay you for 90 days legally after they told you. When I first started self-publishing, it took on average 3 to 6 months to see a check from sales when I first started in publishing. Actually, it was before I even self-published. Yeah. It took 3 to 6 months to see any like they would tell you what you did eventually, and then eventually they paid you. And I looked into it, and legally, unless in the intervening years they changed the rules, but because everything's digital now, that's sped up a lot, because that was for bookkeeping and inventorying and whatnot. But it's an old law that was on the books that a lot of digital platforms took advantage of.
iBooks, Kobo, Scribd. Is it pronounced Scribd?
Scribd.
That's what I thought. And yours, okay. But I noticed that earlier, by the way, CB, that you changed your profile pic. The poster that you made for Nano.
That's awesome. I saw that you changed that earlier.
Everybody's looking at my huge face because I was leaning in to take a look. Whatever.
Oh, that's okay. I do that all the time. I feel like if I don't let people, investigate my pores occasionally, I won't find out if there's anything in there. Libby. Thank you, Stephanie. Libby.
That's what it's called?
Yeah, Libby.
Libby?
Yeah, it's a library app.
Okay.
I remember helping my mother-in-law set it up on her iPad. I just couldn't remember what it was called. Because at least back then, that would have been probably 5-6 years ago, they did not have a very good onboarding process, because I'm fairly good at setting up technology, and I got lost. I had to read the help file like 6 times because.
Interesting.
And I think they've streamlined it since then. But you could tell that it was definitely made by somebody who used to make software for Unix.
I just popped my back on accident.
Oh, hopefully it was a good pop.
I think it was a good one. I think it was a good pop. Anyway.
Hopefully it was a good pop.
Yeah, not too bad. Well, folks, let's see. Do we want to do one more sprint? And then I'll probably have to shut it down for the evening.
Okay, so Overdrive is for
I've seen. Oh, that's what I was thinking of. Overdrive is for Kindle devices for libraries. Okay. But with the other one, it doesn't matter your device?
It's my understanding.
Or is that just to want to get it onto
if Libby's the one that I installed, it goes on to anything. But you have to have like the credentials of your library and stuff. Like, it was a thing. Like, I don't use the local library because our local library is open for before pre-pandemic, our local library was open for like 30 minutes on a Tuesday. And that's it.
That whole funding thing.
Yep, that whole funding thing.
Our local library had to greatly reduce their hours pre-pandemic. And we were like, they wouldn't be open on Sunday, and it would be only open for a couple of hours on a Saturday. And we were like, and so, and that's where my my critique group has been meeting for years, and it's like, okay, 8 o'clock, bye. So we're like, whatever.
Yeah, if you want to do another sprint, I can, or if you need to call it whatever you want to do. I don't even know what time it is.
It is 9:13. I've got my time frame. My time frame. Whatever.
I just
Eastern.
poked myself in the eye because I'm good at it. I went to straighten my glasses up because they slipped down my nose, and I missed my glasses and went right into the corner of my eye. So
I've probably done that.
Yeah.
Let's do one more. Oh,
Alrighty.
and it's still up. So yeah, let's. Okay then. I'm gonna wrap it up with 15.
If you want to. That works well.
Do that. That sounds fine. Okay.
Alrighty.
Here we go. Let's do this in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Sprint. What did everybody do? What did everybody do? I need 1, 2, and 3 plus almost a whole other index card, scene card.
I'm almost ashamed to say what I was working on. I may have spent that entire 15 minutes anxiously trying to convert time zones.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I got an email with the finalized schedule for the Really Bad Terrible Idea stream on the 1st. And I know exactly where I'm going to be on there, except for all the times are given in UTC, and I found a thing that converts them to my time zone.
Okay.
And I'm just like looking at it going, is that right? It says it's right. This is the app that they said, this is the website they said to use. Okay. But is that really right? Like just questioning everything because time zones are my arch rival nemesis in the universe. And I don't like them at all. So I may have spent 15 minutes converting numbers over and over and over again in my head to make sure that I'm not late for things on Sunday.
Oh boy.
Because that's how my brain works. Because that's how my brain works.
Yeah.
So if I did all of the thingy correctly, because it's even better because I had to convert it first from military time to normal time, so that's just minus 12. That's fine, and then put it into the thing. I should be on Buggy's channel starting at 1 p.m. Sunday.
Okay.
So if you are planning on watching or, God forbid, taking part in the Really Bad Terrible Idea, like
1 o'clock.
I will be there towards the end. It's towards the end of it. It's actually starting. I'm not going to do the conversion for you because that's a whole like mess of nightmare fuel I just don't need. It will be.
I'll just note that she's streaming.
It starts on Buggy's channel at 2:30 a.m. UTC.
Oh boy.
And that's UTC, and then it's going to every 5 hours switch from Buggy's channel to the Nerdy Book Nerds channel, and back and forth and back and forth and back and forth.
Okay.
And if you like Doll and Stig and Aaron and me and Doll and Stig and Aaron and me and Savvy and Devasha is going to be there too. I just got the Devasha is going to be on here.
Wow.
But I am here for
really interesting.
I am going to.
Sorry, go ahead.
I am there purely for moral support because anybody who wants to try to write 50,000 words in a single day, more power to you. Not doing that myself. Like I have a hard enough time with doing it 10s. I've pushed myself to do 15K days on certain occasions, but that's like my brain on fire. I can't imagine trying to do 50,000.
No.
That's 5 times my like highest daily limit where I want to let myself go. But we will see.
I once did 3,000 in one day. That was quite a bit for me.
Yeah, I can't even imagine trying for 50K. But and if you don't follow the Nerdy Book Nerd or
I know of that person.
They are amazing channels, and I love them. I love watching them. They're so much fun. And don't forget Marcus, because you can't forget Marcus Regius, because his channel is also really, really good. And he's been doing a 30-day Preptober where every day is a different aspect of getting ready for Nano. And they've been really good videos as well. But yeah, I spent my entire sprint trying to figure out what time I'm supposed to be there because time zones.
That is good, CB. The library is good, and ouch.
Ooh.
Sounds like something I would do. And there is Nikki's sign-up sheet. I might have to do something similar. Sounds like a good idea.
See, I don't know
I've
what
at least sometimes remember to put stuff on my Discord. I kind of forgot today. Oh well.
I am debating so hard about what I'm going to be doing streaming wise in November, just because I know how my mind gets, and I don't know what if I'm going to be good company in November for anyone. Like, not just being on other people's streams, like my own streams. Like, I have a really big fear that my Friday streams are going to be turning into I have stuff to do because I want to take tomorrow off. Everyone, force march, go! They're not going to be fun for anyone. Meadow has decided that she's going to be streaming every day during Nano. She hasn't picked a time yet, but she's going to be streaming every day, which I'm kind of glad that she did that because I had thought about doing that. And now I'm just like, hey, just send me a link and I might show up and then do that instead of streaming every day on my channel because less pressure that way. But
well, I'll for now I'm sticking to my current schedule, streaming schedule. So I'll stick with it.
I am thinking
our first subject of the evening.
That just because a lot of the way a lot of people view my Fanfiction Friday, I may rechristen it to something else for the month of November, so that it's just just writing sprints for November. Because a lot of people show up and they're like, I just came in to hit the like because I'm not working on fanfiction. I'm just like, it's sprints or sprints, dude. But so I don't know. I may or may not still call it Fanfiction Friday throughout the month, or depending on how well things are going. So I don't know what's going on with any of that, but I've been thinking about my schedule a lot, if you can't tell.
Yeah, me too. My schedule, all the things I got going on. Halloween is Saturday.
Yep.
My kid keeps changing his mind. That's what he wants to be. I'm like, shirt. You said you wanted to be a pumpkin.
And don't forget, AuthorTube Karaoke is also on Saturday. It's on Jace Maxwell's channel this month, and it is starting at, I believe, 3 Central. I'm sorry, 3 Eastern.
3 Eastern.
So if you want to watch or perform, I may be doing both. I don't know. Depends on courage levels. I may or may not have been rehearsing
on my phone while I'm doing other things. Well, I can multitask.
Oh, that is one thing I definitely know about myself. I cannot multitask at all.
Sometimes. I'm a mom. I'm always multitasking.
Really?
Not as much as I was. But...
Really? Okay. All right.
Okay. A dog.
We have a doggo. She has decided that she has to be up here.
She's like, what are you doing?
She has taken to sleeping on the arm of my chair again, but she doesn't like doing it when I'm working because my arm goes on the arm of my chair. Yes, he does. Yes, he does. You don't have to lick my face. Yeah, don't have to lick my face. I know you love me.
So it's a huggy dog, kind of buries their face on you
Oh,
kind of thing.
yeah, she's very huggy.
So
She's very lovey. She has the sweetness. Yes, you are. We're talking about you, and you know we're talking about you. Yes, you do.
Forever Stream Friday.
I've thought about
So,
doing. I've I thought about doing that, but it may not be forever streams come next month or even this week. And
mhm.
I don't know, we shall see. I like to say what I'm going to be doing, but I know myself, and I never do. Yes, yes.
CB, my husband, when he was in third grade, I think he said he broke off his two front teeth because he was doing that thing that kids have used to do with their little desks. He was leaning back way too far.
A friend of mine did
Kabam.
that. Yeah, a friend of mine did
Yeah.
that.
So his two front teeth are, for the most part, replacements.
Yes. You are the cuteness.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of feel like if I get close enough, you can almost hear everybody on the internet saying what a cutie you are. Since you're right up next. Yes. Oh, yes, yes, yes.
Mine doesn't. Mine doesn't stay up that late. Mine, she
Oh,
sleeps a lot.
she was just sleeping. She just got up. She just got up and realized that it's love me time.
She comes in here while
Oh,
I'm streaming, but not this time.
really? You're complaining? I'm not doing it right.
I thought that was mostly cats. Oh well, except my dog does do this. My dog does do that, and she wants to be scratched under the
She's
chin.
she's also learned to be mouthy, which means she's part of the family. She grumbles and
Oh,
complains.
and in case anybody wants to know or wants to hear this, but our team is in the World Series and they're doing well. It just started not too long ago, the games. So
Oh,
if what is it? My husband was trying to explain it to me, but we're doing really well. Plus, our hockey team won the big cup. So yeah, I guess we're doing pretty well.
I miss the sports ball.
And we'll have to see about our football team.
I never kept up with baseball or basketball or any of those, but I love soccer. And when they started the MLS league in the US, I was a huge fan of the San Jose Earthquakes because I lived out there and they were the local team. And I
Okay.
really into it. I used to watch it all the time. I never missed a game. And then they sold the team to Dallas and they fired everybody that was there and renamed it. And I have not paid attention to the sports ball since.
Oh, jeez.
It's like I've only really ever been into one sports team in my life.
Well, my
And it's
husband says our. Oh, go ahead.
No, I'm just saying I've only ever been into one sports ball team in my life, and they no longer exist. So
Oh, that's awful. I'm sorry. Well, and then also the Tampa Bay Rowdies are doing well, I've heard.
why are you all grumbly?
So there's that. They usually do pretty well, I think. But my brother used to follow them a lot. But they've been around since like the 70s, I guess. The Rowdies.
I've been thinking about starting to watch
But anyway,
the UK
go
Premier League
Rays.
because I think one of the apps that we have, one of the streaming apps we have, actually gets the Premier League games. So I might start watching the UK Premier League. I don't know. I like watching soccer. Oh, they can hear you.
That's cool. Every once in a while, we'll catch that.
They can hear your foul mouth. Yeah. Yeah. He's cussing me out, huh?
What is that? Growling because you're not doing it right?
I'm not doing it right. She wants me to hold
That's
her,
too funny.
and I'm not holding her. It's what she wants. I gotta put this all the way over there. Okay.
Oh,
Apple
that's
Farm's
too
here.
cute.
The Apple Farm's here now. Are you happy?
My dog is black and white too. She's part beagle and part American bulldog. So she almost looks like a pit bull, but she's not. She looks like Snoopy with little ears. It's
That sounds
hilarious
really
because the bulldog made her really wide and
cute.
broad chested, but she's really cute. And she's like around 58 pounds. So she's kind of big. Oh, I'm glad you got so much done, CB.
Oh wow, you're on 56 now? That's 20 chapters outlined.
Oh,
Or
holy
more.
cow.
Because I don't think you started at
For
36. I
basic
think you got
outlines,
to 36 after the first sprint, right?
that's
You're just doing sentence outlines. All right, please
I'm
say,
backing up.
please say you're just doing sentence outlines, because that's a lot. I feel thoroughly
You
outmatched.
must be doing some really basic outlining.
Either that or you're just that good at it. Are you just that good at it?
At 6:56, she'd done 27 of the 140. I think she'd already started.
Oh, did you say that
And
you're...
I don't think she ever stopped. I don't think she stopped during sprinting.
Yes, that's the thing that really got me. And
Yeah.
the time app that I used,
Oh, I bet.
the time app that I used actually shows daylight savings time on it. It's worldtimebuddy.com, and it actually shows the daylight savings
Sounds
time
familiar.
on there, and it lines it all up for you.
I think I've used that before when I needed help because my main character is a world traveler, sort of.
That's a hard question.
Were you here earlier, Renee? How do you decide on your streaming times? Well, for me, it depended on a lot of things, including family schedules. And then when the pandemic hit, I had to change my time because my kid was not in school. And I tried it. I tried to stream while doing other things, but it just didn't work.
There's a
It was
short
just
and
too
a
much
long.
to do at once.
There's a short and long version of the answer to this. The long version, I will say, subscribe to my channel because
Short and the long, you said?
Yeah, in December, Natalie Locke and I are going to be doing a live stream at the beginning of December where we're going to be talking about how to use how to read analytics and set up a author profile and how to grow it, platform and how to grow it. We're going to be talking about that on in December. We don't have a firm date yet, but I'll have that scheduled as soon as we do. The short answer is start with your availability. When can you stream? There will always be somebody looking for streams. No matter what time you're streaming, there will always be somebody looking for streams. So start with your availability. And as you start building an audience, start asking them what times are good for you. I mean, I started my streams at 4 because I watched, well, at 5 o'clock for everybody else on Eastern time, because I watch the Dawdling Writers streams. And so after watching Jules, that gives me a little bit of time to have lunch and get things prepared and then do mine. And so that's how that time got picked for that. And I ended up moving my Wednesday back an hour because I'm now often on the 3Play. I'm either on the screen talking and providing color commentary, or I'm just watching it because I'm addicted to what Chase, Meadow, and Cat are doing over there because it's just too much fun. So that's the short answer. So imagine how long the long answer is.
Oh boy.
So, and I hate to say wait till December, but we figured people would be too busy working on their nano projects to care in November. So we decided to push back the thing that we're actually going to be talking about, a lot of that, until December because, because of Nano. But
yeah.
I hope that helped, Renee.
So,
but
yeah.
start when you're available, and just start talking. Pretend there are people there, continue talking, whether there are people there or not. Run it as if there are people there. Don't like pretend as in like make up fake people, that because the chat goes along with it, so people can tell if there's don't like hold conversations with people that aren't there, but just talk, be kind and considerate. Run it the way you would want it to run. People will find your replays, and if they like them, they will start watching you.
That's true. That is a very good point. Yeah, I mean, I've had a couple of those early on. But it was nice when I very first started streaming in January. I was lucky because I was sandwiched between other people. Well, I don't remember if there was one after, but I was on right after Dana Gollin in January, and so there happened to be people right ahead of me.
I think that might be how I found you. I think you had said something, or she had said something, or something. Because I used to watch, because I go to a lot of Dana's.
So that's when I first started streaming. But I've had my channel for a while. I tried some. Let's just say I made some attempts at filming some stuff. But this year I have been working a lot harder on doing stuff, and it basically has worked out this year, in a manner of speaking. Okay.
I'll have to think about the 6th and the 20th, but I don't. I'm going to do my best to take Saturdays back. Saturdays are my day. I'm taking them back. I'm not doing nothing on Saturday.
Yeah. What time, Nikki, do you stream? I forget. It's in the afternoons. Is that right? Sorry, I picked something up off the floor.
But then again, my schedule gets really overly complex because I've been streaming a lot with Meadow and Jace, and Meadow, like I was on with Meadow right before this. Like I literally, hers ended and I hopped over here, and so my schedule is overly filled.
2 to 4 Eastern. Okay. I might be able to swing that. Might be. So many people overlap these days. I wouldn't
Right.
worry about that too much.
And especially if you're going to
I
be
mean,
streaming during Nano.
if I run late on Thursday nights, then I overlap with other people,
And especially if you're going to be streaming during
including,
Nano.
my friends.
Everybody's going to be
And they're
streaming.
like,
Yeah. Next month, everyone's going to be streaming. Everyone's going to be streaming all the time. So
everybody.
Yeah, everybody. Yes. So like,
I wouldn't worry about it too much.
I've watched a lot of people that haven't been doing writing sprints for a while saying, "Oh, and by the way, we're doing sprints again starting next month." So don't worry about that too much, because people. I hate to say this, but people will come for your personality and for the way that you do your sprints and the chat that you have there. So you'll develop an audience. Like that's what it's about. If you want something that's more chatty, you come to me, because I do more chatty streams on my channel. But if you want more businessy stuff, there are people that do that. And that's the thing, is you'll find an audience, but don't worry about overlapping. A lot of people are worried about that, and it's almost impossible to not overlap. Because even if you think you're in a clear space, there's probably an author tuber you don't know that's also streaming at that point in time. Because I started streaming on Wednesday nights and Friday nights because none of the author tubers I knew were streaming those nights. And then Devin would show up and say, "Oh, and so and so and so and so and so and so are also streaming." And I was like, "Oh, new author tubers to follow." So
Yep.
I wouldn't worry about that. And if you keep grumbling, I don't know if you can hear her, my little bass note down here.
I heard her earlier.
I stopped petting behind her ear and started petting the top of her head, and she like, "You're doing it." That's funny. Like, I know, I do it all. I do everything wrong. Really? You're gonna grumble again? I'll shake you. I'll squeeze it all out.
I don't know if I can my
show them how to make fresh frozen dogs.
Why is my scar? Yeah, my old scar is itchy. I don't know.
That happens sometimes.
It's not tingling and hurting.
I don't know why that happens. I have some scars that do that from time to time. I've got one right here on my chest. That from time to time it gets the scar itself.
Somebody got an idea from.
Let's just say I had an ex break up with me by carving a heart on my chest. But so I have a heart-shaped scar right here on my chest that's got lash marks through it. That one of these days, when I feel like getting tattoos, I'm going to get it filled in and make it all pretty. Because it's already got an outline. But yeah, it gets really itchy sometimes, and I don't know why. But it was a series of deep cuts.
Oh, that's interesting. I think the gremlins are back. It's been working so well tonight.
They never go away. They just slumber. They become satiated.
So, yeah. I might. Let's feed it. Let's feed it something. Go away.
CB says, "I am rooting."
Gotta leave food out for the fairies, right?
Gotta leave stuff out for the fairies. Bowl of milk up the back porch, and a little tobacco in the lawn.
Well, thanks, CB. Yeah, the husband's watching the game. But why don't we go ahead and do some outros? Because
Alrighty.
I don't want to completely lose you.
I have to fully sit up now, you little complaining mutt. Okay? All right.
What?
Does game 7's tomorrow? If they win, Rays wins game 7. I reserved us 3 seats at Spectrum Field. It's free.
Okay.
Free parking and free
at Spectrum Field.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That would be
where the Clara Thrushers play.
Yeah.
For the game 7 tomorrow.
Okay.
If it goes game 7, to watch.
Party.
Watch for free.
Sounds like we're going to a watch party.
Awesome.
Cool.
Yeah. If there's a game 7, we're going to go watch it. That is what that was.
Oh, neat. Okay.
That's awesome.
No. Oh, there we go.
Alrighty.
But the internet didn't like my plans.
Hello, my name is Charlie Dorset. I do sprints and such on my channel. I stream every Wednesday and Friday. Wednesday starting at 6 Eastern and Friday starting at 5 Eastern. I also put up random videos. I do my Milwordy update every Tuesday, and Thursday you'll be getting stuff from me. I have things planned. We'll see how people like it, but I have stuff planned.
Thumbs up for you and for CB.
Oh, they're playing the Yankees? Oh, then I'm definitely rooting for the Rays. Okay. I know little to nothing about baseball, except for I don't like that team for many, many reasons. Anyway, so I'm rooting for them too.
Sorry, I distracted you.
I also podcast. You can find my podcasts on everything. The one that's most interesting for writers generally is my podcast, Myth Weaving, which is about world building and writing and things of that nature. You should be able to find it wherever good podcasts are housed. And if not, please tell me, because they told me that it should be there, because I just got into a fight with one of the podcast hosts because I had to forward them my email saying that it was in, and they were like, oh, well, you shouldn't have gotten that. I was like, obviously. Can we fix it?
Don't you love it when they tell you something that you already know?
Yeah. I have 7 books currently out. I actually unpublished 2 this year. And I've got a bunch of stuff coming. I'm working on a lit RPG novel, so definitely follow my channel if you want to know more about that. And you can find out about everything that I'm doing over at projectshadow.com. Really grumpy. And Sasha says she's not being petted correctly.
That's what she has to say. I am Heather Dewey Pettit, and first of all, go Rays! And apparently, we're going to a party. Let's see, but let's see. I do streaming with sprints Tuesday and Thursday nights currently from basically we sprint from 7 to 9 basically. Sometimes a little bit longer. But let's see. Also, as a writer, I am my big project is basically my nano project. Okay, it's a young adult fantasy, and so I'm gonna continue with setting up my cards and getting ready this week for that. And as an editor, I specialize in line editing, copy editing, and proofreading, mostly for indie authors. And as an artist, I'm still working on my Etsy shop. I like watercolors, I like stamps and ink, and All of the above. In many ways, all of my things overlap. So, and I have an interest in fantasy, so it comes up often. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Oh, you only just stopped. Okay. CV. Okay. That sounds good, Nikki. All right. Well, thank you so much to everyone who came. Thank you so much to anybody else watching on the replay. And thank you so much for coming, Charlie.
Oh, I enjoy doing this.
That was a lot of fun.
Trust me, I've cut back on a lot of things that I do, and you're still on the list. So, that means I like it.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much. All righty. Well, have a great evening, folks. Have a great day, folks.
Have the fun.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.